Welcome to Wimbledon, home of the London Broncos, and perfect conditions for what is the battle of the bottom two. Can London finally get that elusive first win of the season against the Hull side, whose only win this year came against London back in round 3? Been a big and busy weekend already in Super League. Round 10 starting with Warrington's victory over Hull KR. 2 big wins on Friday. Saints thrashing Castleford, and what a performance from Lee to dismiss Salford. On Saturday, Wigan far too good for Huddersfield. Catalan milling Leeds. The round 10 is rounded off here at Plough Lane. And this is what it all means to the Super League table. 4 sides all locked together on 16 points at the top. Wigan, Saints, Warrington and Catalan separated by points difference. And down at the bottom, London looking for that first win, or can Hull get only their second win of 2024? Well, is this the day for the London Broncos? We shall see. But with hooker Sam Davis injured, it's a first start for French star Hugo Tissot, on loan, of course, from Catalan. And on the bench, a welcome return for Lewis Bianek, who broke his leg in pre-season. And for Hull, well, a huge boost. Star halfback Jake Truman makes his first start for 9 months after suffering that horrific Achilles injury. So Morgan Smith drops down to the bench, and there's a debut for Tiaki Cham, signed on loan from Wigan. And alongside me, a veteran of 120 games, would you believe, for the London Broncos back in the day, John Wells.
Yeah, he's a veteran and 120 games, 2 separate sentences. Delighted to be here this afternoon. Let's take a look then at the snapshot. Well, first of all, neither win-loss tally makes for good reading, does it, for either the London Broncos or Hull FC fans? Keep your eye, though, on 2 homegrown talents in the shape of Alex Walker and Jack Charles. Walker first. He is a Harlow-born product of the London Broncos academy system, now in his second spell with the London Broncos. On the other side of the field, Jack Charles debuted, interestingly, in the reverse fixture back in round 3. He's gone on to appear in all but one of Hull FC's subsequent appearances. Just 18, a Beverley lad, and tipped for a big future in the game, Stuart.
Yeah, looking forward to this. For London, maybe their chance. You may remember back in round 3, they were beaten in the very last minute, weren't they, by Hull FC, and Morgan Smith tried when it looked like London had got the job done.
Yeah, they were the better team that day as well. I had the privilege of commentating on that fixture too, and I thought they scored first, got out the traps very early on. I thought they dealt really well with what Hull FC threw at them. And but for the intervention of Morgan Smith with 90 seconds to go, those positions at the table would be the other way around. It would be Hull FC rooted to the bottom and London with 2 points. But it wasn't to be. There are a couple of try scorers from that game who feature again today. Morgan Smith off the bench for Hull FC. Hakim Maloudi is one to keep an eye out for the London Broncos. He got a double then.
What do you make of what on earth has gone on at Hull FC in 2024?
Well, it's been absolute carnage, hasn't it, from round 1. I think the recruitment's been poor. I think speaking to Adam Pearson and listening to his comments on local radio broadcasts over the last month, I think there's an admission there that they've spent the salary cap, or a large portion of the salary cap, tied up in too few players. When we very much play a squad game these days, and to do that is a big risk. When one of those players is sidelined for a long period of time, that really hamstrings you. So I think that's probably, you trace it back for that, maybe 18 months ago, 2 years ago. You recruit, generally speaking, 12 to 18 months in advance. They've got that wrong. They brought Richie Myler in now in an attempt to right those wrongs.
Well, we shall see. Conditions around about 72, 73 degrees. Chris Kendall is in charge on the field. Liam Moore is the video referee. It'll be another Liam Sutcliffe who will get us underway. You just think for so many reasons, yes, it's the bottom two, but it's a big day for both. What a chance for London to register that first win, and what an opportunity for Hull to maybe start turning.
This has the potential to be a really significant day in both of these team seasons. This is where Hull FC could pick up some points off the back of some improved performances lately and kick on, or this could signal the start of something from the London Broncos. Look, both teams will have had this fixture circled in pen in big red marker for some time. Now we're seconds away from kick-off, and we're going to find out the answers to all of those questions.
So here we go. Chris Kendall gets us underway, as does Liam Sutcliffe. And an opportunity straight away for London just to make a good start. You may remember their last home game, they gave it a really good go, didn't
Salford, yeah.
They lost 12-4, but for a long time they were in that game. Hugo Tisson at dummy half. Speaking to the coach Mike Eccles yesterday, there's still a real sense of optimism and a good feeling around the club. Tisson with the run, and it'll be Leyland at dummy half.
Yeah, listening to his presser earlier this week, he was saying this isn't a side that's going to throw a towel in. He knows the limitations of this side.
Chance here. Well, I just wonder whether it would have been better there, maybe for Story to find Kershaw. He had space out on the wing, Lee Kershaw. Meadows with the kick. It's a high hanging kick, and it's well taken. A decent start from the Broncos.
Yeah, great first set. They've gone 90 metres. And that's really short of forcing a repeat set or scoring a try. That's the next best outcome. They've got to defend this now. They've got to frank that form. First minute's been good. And that's how they're going to have to play the London Broncos. They're going to have to play minute by minute.
Liggy Sow playing in the second row today. A first start for Yusuf Aydin. Of course, signed initially on loan from Hull KR, but then a swap deal which made Aydin's move here permanent and took Jack Brown to New Craven Park. Offload for Houghton. The tackle on Charles by his opposite number, Ollie Leyland. On the last, it's Houghton who has to kick downfield. And a good take from Alex Walker. I know well, that could be a high one. No, the referee said that's fine. Maybe because Walker was going to ground, but yeah, Jack Walker, his 199th career game, as you say, a local lad, and you've always thought of him very highly.
Absolutely, yeah, I have. I'm just looking at the size of the respective benches here. It's a deliberate ploy. It's a really hot day. I think we're in the mid-20s. What do you call it? 70-something. You're in old money. Mid-20s.
Poor error.
And substitutions are going to be really important. The timing of them, so that the energy levels don't drop on the field. And London Broncos are blinked first in the shape of Reece Kennedy.
Yeah,
it's just a bullet, isn't it?
Bad mistake. Just took his eye off the ball, didn't he?
Well,
but just beginning to perhaps build up a little head of steam.
It's a shocking ball. It's a shocking ball from Hugo Tisson. He's absolutely rocketed that at Reece Kennedy.
Well, as always, a good following for the black and whites in this wretched season. It's been a wretched time, hasn't it, the last 9 or 10 months. Cameron Scott it was. Good to see Jake Truman back in business. Well, an awful time he's had over the last 2 or 3 years with a knee reconstruction, then a bad Achilles injury, and he will be key. Jordan Lane does well. Houghton at dummy half. Spent his entire career with the black and whites.
Yeah, this is what they've got to work on. They've got to really try and make that initial contact stick the Broncos, otherwise they're going to get run ragged.
Well, SA goes inside for young Charles. Last one. Well, which way are they going to go? They're going to go the short side. Here is Truman looking for Cameron Scott, but there was nowhere to go. Good defence. But yeah, I think everybody's delighted, aren't they, to see Jake Truman back in business. Without a doubt, one of the great British talents when it comes to halfbacks, but boys, he had a bad time of it with injury.
Yeah, he has, yeah. And there's a lot of external, whilst there's a lot of external pressure on Jake Truman, you know, he's the answer to all of Hull FC's role. He doesn't think like that. Jake's not, he's a very relaxed character. He'll just be concentrating on his own game. He won't feel that pressure at all. And we saw some glimpses, didn't we, last week off the bench against Warrington. Little touches of class that we could maybe expect a bit more of as he finds his feet.
Kershaw enjoying himself down in the Capital League. Kershaw earned himself a one-year contract. Good hands again. Here is Bassett now. He's got support if he needs it. Nearly through a gap. Cameron Scott had to read it well and did read it well. The London looking dangerous on the flanks. Ball goes back to Leyland. Oh, good take.
He's stationary. He's stationary.
Encouraging, I think, for London and for Mike Eccles in these early stages.
Yeah, I think Ollie Leyland could have been a bit braver there. That kick, you know, potentially could have had another 10 or 15 metres on it. It was under no pressure. Good carry, strong carry, Lewis Martin.
Yeah, Lewis Martin. One of the good things for Hull FC this year. Here is Liam Sutcliffe, wrapped up by Meadows on halfway. 2 tackles left in the set. Last one. All a bit stationary, wasn't it? Charles goes high. And it was well read and well taken by Hakeem Maloudi. 6 minutes gone, 0-0 early thoughts.
That's going to be an interesting battle between Hakeem Maloudi and Tom Briscoe. There's a huge amount of experience there. 2 very different styles of playing on the edge.
Third, move! Here, Yusuf. Wait, go free.
Kennedy brought down.
Jordan, you're not square.
Hakeem Baye had a bye, you know, in his second spell with the London Broncos. Well, again, they're going to go wide. Walker inside for Story, just inside his own half of the field. And back it goes for Meadows. Again, the testing kick, and good take from Jack Walker.
Yeah, Meadows not quite got hold of that one. It attempted to kick the belly of the ball, didn't spiral off the boot. I tell you, London Broncos are showing the hand early, aren't they? They're saying, look, we're gonna test you on the out, we're gonna stretch you. I think that's got to be part of the game plan in these conditions. You've got to make this big forward pack move around.
Make it count as well. Midway inside their own half of the field. Hull 11th in Super League, 1 win. Joe Cater, the Broncos rock bottom, yet to register that win. SASA, good offload. Houghton now.
Oh, ball.
Oh, brilliant ball. Now Martin with a chance to run. Lewis Martin does well. Martin still going. Well, tried to get the pass out. That was a superb tackle from Alex Walker to stop Lewis Martin. And forced the error. He was looking for support and it wasn't there, but it suddenly opened up for the winger. What a good tackle from the fullback.
It was a brilliant ball, wasn't it? And again from Houghton. And Lewis Martin just cut back on an angle. Cut sway through the London Broncos defence. Good cover tackle by Alex Walker. The last pass just not quite there for Hull FC. But this is everything that Hull FC are getting is second phase stuff. I don't think the initial contact from the London Broncos has been sturdy enough in the opening 7 or 8 minutes of this game.
Well, the heat will play its part, of that there's no doubt. Maloudi, 3 tries this season for Hakeem Maloudi.
Yeah, 2 of those against Hull as well. Yeah. Back in round 3, 2 crackers as well.
I'm just wondering what to expect when you've got the 2 poorest attacks and the 2 worst defence in Super League. Something will give. Here is Meadows testing that right flank as well. Well, Walker there, he had Story outside him, he had Kershaw outside him, didn't choose the right option.
They've done the hard work, that's the thing. They created the overlap, lovely set-up play. Here they go again, second phase stuff. Meadows scrambles back, and they're going again. they're really intent on testing the edges, using the full width of the field. You look at the work.
Bassett does well as... Well, he was caught in two minds there. He had Walker in support, and he wasn't sure whether to stick or twist.
No, you look at the work, though, that's forcing Hull FC to do. The work off the ball, the movement across the field from one side to the other. It's a great spread play. Walker just needs to give that ball. It's a 2-on-1. It's a straightforward 2-on-1 if Walker makes that pass. And then just not able to retain possession. He found half a gap, hadn't he? Jared Bassett.
Let's go, put down.
But they're not going to die wondering, are they, the London Broncos, if the evidence of the first 10 minutes is anything to go by?
Okay, shot clock.
Well, they've got to have a go, haven't they? Simple as that. Well, there is Simon Grix with the beard. Alongside him, of course, Richie Myler, the new director of football. First penalty.
Yeah, but
goes against London.
And you just can't do that. When you're scrapping and fighting for every inch, to concede what's now going to be 30 metres and spend an entire set defending inside your 20, you just can't do that.
Here is SASA. Well, he dropped the ball, and he has on the first tackle.
You got what? Is it lost by Hull?
Well, delight for London, despair for Hull FC, and well, that was just a total lack of concentration from Herman SASA.
I think he was trying to claim that there was hands in here, but the last two carries he's made, he's pulling the ball out because he's trying to offload. They're the mechanics of somebody who is thinking bump and offload.
Herman, just come this way, please.
Probably a fair call, I think.
11 minutes gone, 0-0. Yeah, London has scored just 82 points, Hull only 104. The Black and Whites have conceded 352. London have conceded 394. The two worst attacks and the two worst defences. So we'll see what happens. The captain's been pulled out by Chris Kendall.
I've got doubt over what was said there, okay? So the incident's going to go on report and it's going to get reviewed in the week. I've got doubt over what was said.
Well, the referee's referring to something that was said verbally.
I've got doubt. I've got doubt of what was said there. So that will be reviewed in the week. Chris Kendall clearly heard something that he wasn't happy about. So it'll be interesting to see later on.
I think he's had a complaint from one of the players, and I don't think he's heard what was said. So, yeah. I mean, it goes how that goes in report, I don't know. There's not
Walker was nearly through, and that's the second time that Scott has come to the rescue by grabbing the shirt of a Broncos attacker. That happened with Bassett earlier on. But yeah, that's interesting. We'll try and get clarification at half-time about that. But something, either Chris Kendall heard something or something was reported to him as they were going to pack down for the scrum. And that's why he called over the two captains, Will Lovell and Danny Houghton. But we're playing again.
I like this from London. They're persisting with it. They're working in the channels. Natoli on that occasion. Ball spread right. Stock out to Meadows. And again, great front line from Lovell.
Well, they're doing it well, aren't they? They're not really threatening the whole line. And it's Meadows who'll go high to the corner. Walker comes across to take it and does take it well under pressure. The closest, I guess, we've come to a try was that mazy run from Lewis Martin. 12 minutes gone, it remains scoreless.
Yeah, it's a good set, though. If they start to, we're now 12 minutes into the game. If they persist with that shape, 15 minutes from now, our defences may make different, more fatigued choices. Briscoe always strong in the carry. That's been a real constant throughout his career.
Yeah, the second coming of Tom Briscoe, of course, at Hull FC. Joining 18 months initially from Lee. Last one, just inside their own half, goes back to Truman again. And Maloney will be able to watch that bounce once, bounce twice, go out of play. So a 7-tackle set for the London Broncos. That was a poor kick from Truman. Yeah. I guess you can excuse it for a little while. He'd be rusty.
A couple last week. He's got to find his range, I think, with the boot. He's kicked 2 dead last week against the Warrington Wolves as well, which gave away 7 tackle sets.
Go,
Leyland, Walker in the line. Here is Maludi looking for a way through, and he's dragged into touch. When you said that Tom Briscoe was a strong runner, he's a strong tackler as well. That was superb, that. Briscoe involved, Scott involved. Excellent defence.
Yeah, he's well manhandled by Cameron Scott. He's not allowed him to lower his height. Grabbed him, got 2 underhooks, and then waited for reinforcements and over the line, and threat snuffed out. Hakim Maludi ruined that.
Just 1 or 2 mistakes creeping in. 14 minutes gone. No score. I wonder if that first score might prove to be important. That was Jordan Lane. This is Joe Cater. Howard looking for the quick play of the ball, and Truman offloads once more.
Stolen.
Well, yeah, I don't think any argument that time. Dealing the ball with the tackle. Looks like they're just going to crack on, doesn't it? An argument maybe for getting points on the board. The Hull want a try, not the penalty. Houghton now marshalling. Oh, then another mistake. It is. Well, this time it was only the second tackle. Well, this isn't great, is it, from Hull FC? I think there was an argument for taking the 2, but they chose to run the ball and come up with another mistake.
Yeah, I don't think Joe Cater was expecting it. The play had been set. Jack Charles and Jack Walker had both drifted at the start of that play to provide outs for Jake Truman. And Truman's just looked inside. Simon Grixelby, I think he'd be unimpressed with the start of this game. Look, this is a Broncos side that they won't go away. They'll never throw the towel in. They may be limited in terms of the roster strength, the squad strength, but they're a side that are going to stick around. So, you know, it doesn't matter where you think you stand in the pecking order next to them. And the league ladder says just 2 points above.
They've shown in patches in games, the Broncos, that they can compete. Here is Kershaw. Good defence. Aiding with the tackle, along with Joe Cater. Adabai looking to make some yards up to halfway. Hugo Tisson. Leyland again, and little ball inside by the Tolley. Here is Leyland, does well. Tackle comes in from Sau and from SASA. Already though, the last one goes back to Meadows. He chose to run it, and eventually the ball comes back to Walker, and there's still an opportunity. Which way are they going to go? Bassett tries to get the ball in. Did that come off a Hull player, or did that come off a London player? I think it could be. It's going to be Hull FC ball, I think. And in a way, you know, it was a decent opportunity for James Meadows. It was well read by Houghton, otherwise there was a gap there for him on the line.
I just think they were lucky to get a second opportunity to kick. When James Meadows elected to run, you know, why Alex Walker didn't just punch that into a corner, I don't know.
Nil-nil. Eyed him running the ball up again. Danny Houghton. Oh, SASA. Big challenge coming in from Lovell. Now then, Truman was nearly through. And a bye with the important tackle. Charles wrapped up by Tisson and by Natoli. Cater and Jordan Lane. Just beginning, aren't they, over the last 3 or 4 minutes to build a little pressure. Last tackle, so Truman with a long pass out, but another mistake. And I've got to say that the execution in general, John, you've just got to say it, has been poor.
Yeah, and you're going to get that from Truey for the first few weeks. You know, 20 seconds ago, we were all sat there open-mouthed, how he just managed to prise open a defensive line and then overcooks another pass. But like I said, he's not the sort of character to dwell on those. He'll crack on and he'll throw the same ball again. It won't prevent him. He won't start to play conservatively.
You've got to be a strong character to come back from the blows that he's suffered throughout his career. Rob Butler on for the Broncos. Here is Tisson. Steve McNamara rates Hugo Tisson. Happy for him to get some Super League game time with the Broncos. And now there's an opportunity. Well, it was a forward pass. Meadows fortunately was through from Marcus Stock.
It's an obstruction he's called. I actually think it was a really poor defensive read. I think it was Jake Truman who jumped right out the line. I mean, yeah, technically it's an obstruction.
You've seen him give him, you've seen him not.
Has it impeded anybody?
Well, it is a penalty, and it is another chance for Hull. Can they get through the set here? Joe Cater, 15 yards out from the Broncos line, right in front of the post. Houghton now and Truman. Ball goes inside for Sutcliffe, and it's going to be a set restart. Back to one, and here is Jackie Chan on for his debut on loan from Wigan. Quick play the ball. Houghton again, and Liggy Sow. First big opportunity for either side, close to that try line. Scott at dummy half. Charles looking for the offload, but there was no one there. And Jack Charles getting caught in no man's land. Good defence from London. Houghton, they go to the left-hand side, and Esse! The power and the pace and the try, and Herman Esse, with 20 minutes gone, gives Hull FC the lead. From the moment he got that ball, there was only one thing going to happen, and it did. Try for Hull FC.
Well, that's what we've been waiting to see from Herman Esse. Watched him in a Dolphin shirt last year, and he was really destructive with a lot of his carries. And the London Broncos concede a penalty for obstruction midfield. It was another one of those shifts that they've been planning. The attack did look like it had broken down before Esse just went, right, here we go, chaps, route one, and just punched in behind the ruck, rode the tackle of Tisson. There's not an awful lot you can do against a man with that frame from that distance.
Well, Simon Griggs, in a way, you know, the whole FC coach taking on the poison chalice. I think he's done a decent job. He's a steady hand, isn't he, for Hull FC at the moment. And I guess it makes sense just to give Griggs the job until the end of the season.
I think if they'd have got Paul Rowley...
Yeah, but now they haven't got Paul Rowley. Let's just see if 4 can turn to 6, and it is from young Jack Charles. So Hull FC lead by 6 points to 0, but now they haven't got Rowley. Yeah. They've got a bit of time, haven't they?
He's in the hot seat, and it is a hot seat as well, by the way. He's got a chance to put himself in the box seat, and watching one of his star players, his frontline players, Herman Esse, open the scoring in that manner, it'll do him the world of good.
So Hull FC strike first.
Okay, mate, let's go.
You know, London's been huffing and puffing, haven't they? But you think about it, in the 21, 22 minutes that we've had, John, they've been nowhere near.
Brilliant carry from Jackie Chan. I've been waiting to see him. I saw him a couple of times in a Dragon shirt over the last season. Signed for Wigan. He's hadn't got much opportunity. That's what he does really, really well. Back fence stuff, uncompromising, challenging, physically challenging. A great pickup for Hull FC. Houghton, 40-20, not got the distance nor the angle. But this is a slow retreat, this, from the Broncos.
Yeah, well done by Maloney. Oh, very well done by Maloney. Somehow he's away. Now what a chance here. He's got support either side. Maloney. Ball goes inside for Walker. Can Walker finish it off? He can. That's a brilliant Broncos try. Finished superbly lovely by Alex Walker, but put that down to Hakeem Maloudi. Caught the bouncing ball 20 yards from his own line, turned the chasers inside out, and Mike Eccles will be delighted. But what a finish from Alex Walker. What a response from the London Broncos.
Not an immediate response. I like it was Danny Houghton's raked the ball downfield. It's neither finding touch nor, but you look at the laboured chase back here. Maloudi and Walker, not sure what's going to go on between them. The Hull FC kick chase gets it all wrong, and then Maloudi into the backfield. We told you Alex Walker was one to keep an eye out for. He knows exactly what his role is as a fullback, and then turns the chasing, despairing Hull FC fans, Hull FC players rather, inside out, and scores in front of some despairing Hull FC fans.
Yeah, brilliant try. Maloudi had options both sides. Chose the inside track, but look at this. Turned one inside out, turned Briscoe inside out, and then scored the try. Well, just 3 minutes after Herman Essa scores his first Super League try for Hull FC, Alex Walker strikes back for the Broncos. And you've got to say, a try out of nowhere, but gratefully received, and game on again. It could be one of the, I think we both thought, didn't we, before the start, that this is going to be close. Yeah,
and this is, you know, the biggest warning to the coaching group sat to our left is you got to impress upon your players. You cannot put the cue in the rack at any point during this game, because this is not a side that's going to go away. Leyland with a kick, True.
6 apiece, and we've played 25 minutes. It's bubbling up nicely here at the Cherry Red Records Stadium. Plough Lane for most of you here in Wimbledon.
That's a great piece of work, isn't it? Hakeem Maloudi, he's just waited, and I thought he waited too long, but he really wanted to commit Jack Walker. And then Alex Walker steps inside and out, but off the back of points.
Deary
as we were watching the replay,
deary
London Broncos through Ollie Leyland has dropped the kickoff, and he's put his side under immediate pressure. Here we go. It's just a snatched attempt at a catch, isn't it?
Like a concentration, but the kick into the sun, and it did what it was supposed to do. So 6 apiece, but London again on the back foot after that error from Ollie Leyland. Charles will feed the scrum. A full set now on that London line. Sutcliffe looking for a way through. This is a big defensive set now coming in for the Broncos. Cameron Scott at dummy half. Here is Essa picking the ball up in a similar position to that when he scored the try. 6-all. Can Hull get back in front? Houghton and Truman with the dummy, and stretches over, and that's a fantastic try from Jake Truman. The dummy did the trick, and he stretched over and scored. Well, a mistake from Ollie Leyland proves hugely costly for the London Broncos. But what a moment that is, at his first start for 9 months for Jake Truman. A try on the board and Hull back in front.
Yeah, and that's the class from Truman. He's deceptively strong, is Jake. Takes it as he has a great line run for him on the outside by Liam Sutcliffe, which I think affects certainly one of the London Broncos defenders. Yeah, it's Meadows who actually pulls off to account for that line. And then Truman one-on-one rides the tackle and grounds the ball. And that's twice then now that both of these sides now conceded points after scoring almost immediately.
It was a poor error, wasn't it, from Ollie Leyland? And the Broncos paying the ultimate price, so 10-6, Hull FC back in front. Unbeaten in their last 12 games against London. The black and whites, 1-11, draw 1. Just having a look back, the last time that London beat Hull, you have to go all the way back to Magic Weekend when it was in Edinburgh at Murrayfield back in 2010. Well, it's 10-6 at the moment. Is it going to be 12-6? It is. 6-0, 6-all, 6-12. 3 tries in the space of 7 minutes after a bitty start.
Yeah, I think the line makes it. The line from Sutcliffe allows Truman, it gives him the time, takes the pressure off. The defenders are not able to apply the pressure they need to Jake Truman, and he's strong enough to reach out and restore Hull FC's lead. Here's Jackie Chan again.
Jackie Chan, the 36th player that Hull FC have used this season,
Nice,
John,
it's mental,
more than any
crackers.
other club.
Yeah.
But you know, Matty Peake, the Wigan coach, very keen and very happy to loan him out. They think he's going to be a big star at Wigan in the future, and at the moment he's not getting game time with the champions, but this is valuable for Chan and for Wigan,
Yeah, of course,
and for Hull.
Of course it is. He's going to become a crowd favourite as well. His style of play, I think, you know, he's really eye-catching, really good to watch.
Well, the offload again, back to Cater, playing with a lot of confidence, a bit more confidence anyway, for sure, as Charles was brought down on the last, just inside the London half of the field. Around about 10 minutes to go to half-time. Jake Truman, that's a high hanging kick, and it was well watched by Lee Kershaw. Let's see what London have got in response. Ten minutes to half-time. Maludi shrugs off the tackle of Charles. Leyland will take the ball from dummy half and go on his own. Good run by Leyland. Brother Bill, big miss, isn't it? Bill Leyland, player of the year, fantastic in the championship. Got badly injured at Castleford, didn't he, in pre-season? Big blow for the London Broncos. Last one here for the home side, and it's Tisop who twists and turns and launches the kick high towards Walker, but look there, the chasing pack wasn't exactly sprinting. In this heat, that's going to be the norm as the afternoon goes on, I'm sure. Truman starting to be more influential, isn't he, as this game goes on?
He's going to be, because he'll be able to feel the intensity dropping the other side of the field. You know, the big boys that are on now for the Broncos, they will be fatiguing.
Houghton, Cater again involved.
Adjusting on the fly, the London Broncos, they realise now every carry that SASA has done, Barry's try-scoring run, he was searching for an offload. They've got round the back of that, shut it down. Truman to the corner, that's another smart kick, and Alex Walker's happy to let that one roll into touch.
Alex Walker, by the way, his first Super League try since 2020. That was for Wakefield against St Helens. It was a good one as well, but yeah, Truman, it just, I feel now, beginning to have control of the game. Everything that Hull are doing going through him, and he is, well, I think he's showing already. He might be rusty, but he's showing what Hull have missed. Tisop. Is there another score in London before half-time, I wonder? Lewis Bienek. He's been a big miss for the London Broncos. His first appearance is the championship final last October, and of course that historic win for London against Toulouse in France. Meadows finds Bassett on halfway, and Cameron Scott defensively, that's the first one he missed, but his jersey tugs have been pretty effective today. Took the wind out of the sails of Bassett and his run. Leyland again, and now they're going to the right side. Meadows and Walker. Now Story's got Kershaw outside him. Kershaw has to cut back inside. And again, London giving it a go. Last tackle. 7.5 minutes to half-time here in Wimbledon. Meadows goes to this far corner and taken well, and watched well by the veteran Tom Briscoe.
Yeah, it just needed a little more loft on the kick, didn't it? It didn't give Jared Bassett enough time to get underneath it to challenge Tom Briscoe. I'm pleased to see they're not being gun-shy, though, the London Broncos. They are, you know, they are releasing passes. They are still trying to stretch Hull FC.
important. Last 6 or 7 minutes coming up just before half-time. It looks threatening again with ball in hand. Does Truman.
Oh, I'll tell you what, they've misread the situation there of Hull FC.
On the last, and Jack Charles just couldn't get the kick away, so decent field position now for London, just inside the Hull half of the field.
10 metres.
You know, they're patting Jack Charles on the back of the head. You've got the most experienced man there. He's seen a London, he must have seen in his peripheral vision a London Broncos player trying to shut down Jack Charles. Danny Houghton's just got to rake that into the corner.
Well, can London strike back just before half-time? Tisson and Meadows now. Here is Leyland. Walker for Ethan Natoli. The Italian-Australian Natoli. Butler. He's been a good servant, hasn't he? Rob Butler back at London, played in their last Super League season, 2019. Tisson now, they go to the short side. Leyland for Bassett, and it was knocked down by Briscoe. And, well, it was an important intervention in the end by Tom Briscoe, because Maludi, if he got that, was racing in at the corner.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, take a look at Ollie Leyland's late move here around the back of the ruck. And that sets up the overlap. And it just requires I mean, it's a brilliant piece of vision from Ollie Leyland, and it took an intervention from Tom Briscoe to prevent, I think, what could have been a really, really good try-scoring opportunity.
I think he's prevented a try, without a doubt. At the pace that Maludi was going towards the corner. Well, let's see what London can come up with now. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Meadows, Leyland again. Goes to ground, brought down by Sow and by Charles. Danny Houghton, always in there, isn't he, to make the tackle. Natoli eventually gets the ball out. Meadows, inside it goes for Butler. Is there a try in London just before half-time? Tisson.
No, good read. Great read, Jake Truman, and it needed to be.
Yeah, it had to be, because Maludi was going to get the ball out. Again, they go the short side. Tisson goes on his own, but this is the last. What can London do? On the last tackle. Trailing by 12 points to 6. Meadows again. Meadows goes on his own. Meadows goes for the line. Well, a little dummy, a little show and go. You had to say that there was nothing on, but James Meadows made sure there was something on. And Meadows with London's second try and a crucial score just before half-time.
That's brilliant vision. It's eyes-up football from James Meadows. I'll tell you what they have done really well. They've fallen into shape. They've shown a hand to the Hull FC defence. And then Meadows has just called the override, and he's gone, right, I see too much space here, I'm going. The setup on the left here. And Meadows has just seen an over-chase and an under-chase. He's ducked inside Pele's shoulder. For all money, that looked like it was coming out left, and LFC were preparing for that as well. And isn't he pleased?
Yeah, it went round Jackie Chan. But it was a good read. It was a good try. And it was an important score just before half-time. With the Broncos back in it. Surely going to be 12 apiece. A hush around the stadium. And there it is, 12 points apiece. And important score for the London Broncos. And one man who'll be very happy on the left there, Tulson Tollett, special guest of the Broncos today. 6 years he played with the Broncos, 41 tries, played in their Wembley final in 1999, now based in Ireland, here with his son.
Oh, now it's Hull FC's turn to make an error
Sutcliffe with the kick-off,
yeah.
and it goes dead, and that's a penalty for London.
Yeah, it's just overcooked, isn't it? And Tolson Tollett will get to watch the Broncos probably with the last attack of the half. I probably still owe Tolson some rent money, actually. I rented his loft space out when I first went down there. A brilliant, brilliant fella.
Yeah, lovely guy, Tolson Tollett. I think we might find him at half-time and find out how much you owe him exactly to the penny, with interest.
Yeah, he will have calculated it, yeah. Right, London, what have you got here?
Just before half-time, a minute and a half to go. The error from Liam Sutcliffe, and well, the tails are up. Great run from Bienek. And on the far side, Butler looking to offload. But they looked dangerous and scored the last time they were this close to the line.
A
set restart as well. Leyland and Walker. Walker inside for Bassett. Bassett looking for a way through.
Got good footwork,
Tackle made, yeah, by Pele. Does well. And by Chan. Oh, and the chance for the line by Jones. Can he get the ball down? Jacob Jones, I think he tackled just shy, as you know, it was actually over the line. Close again, not close enough for the Broncos. 30 seconds to go to half-time. Still some tackles in the bank. Leyland again. Walker offloads for Bassett. And Briscoe was in there. Important tackle. Real pressure now. Leyland, no options, ran out of options. Franklin Pele with the tackle. Butler. Meadows now. Walker with a lovely little pass, and the try for Robbie Story on the stroke of half-time. London hit the front. It all came from the error from the kickoff from Liam Sutcliffe. The kickoff going dead, and Robbie Story, who scored London's first try back in Super League at St Helens, has come up trumps on the stroke of half-time. What a pass from Walker, and the Broncos in front.
Well, Robbie Story scored a try in the round 3 game as well, didn't he, to put him into a late lead. That day they couldn't hang on. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to find out in 40 minutes whether they can. It's a lovely short ball from Alex Walker. And Robbie Story just has the strength in the hips to ride the tackle. And it's really passive Hull FC defence. And I'll tell you what better time to score. We asked the question, right Hull, right London, what have you got? Well, they've just shown us. We'll ask the opposite question now. What have you got in response, Hull FC? Because that looked tired and passive, did that defence.
When I got to the ground with you, about 12:30, there was a sense, wasn't there, just a feeling around the ground that this will be the day. There were smiles, there was optimism, there was belief.
Hey, by their own admission, they've had this fixture circled, this and last week. Now, last week didn't work out for them. They've had this week circled for a long time.
Off the touchline. Big kick for Leyland. Just goes to the right of the post. So that is half-time. And what a stunning fight back again from the London Broncos. That try from Robbie Story puts them in front. And the London side just waiting for their teammate Leyland to come back from the touchline, and they'll all go off together with a sense of optimism. Twice Hull led through SASA and Jake Truman, and then Walker, Meadows and Story with the tries for the London Broncos. Brilliant first half, huge 40 minutes coming up. London lead 16-12.
Sky Sports is bringing you 50% more sport in 2024. Introducing Sky Sports Plus, serving up brand new live streams and a dedicated channel. Watch your EFL team over 20 times next season. Over 100 tennis tournaments. And every men's Super League match. All as part of your subscription. Sky Sports Plus. More sport, more choice, more than ever before.
Looking forward to that in August. It's going to be a busy time, isn't it, on Sky Sports. The launch of Sky Sports Plus, the EFL, tennis, Super League. You'll find it all. And of course, it's free to Sky Sports subscribers. Well, a really enjoyable first 40 minutes here in Wimbledon. Hull FC were 12-6 in front. SASA and Jake Truman with the tries. But look at that, two crucial scores in the last 3 minutes of the half. And that try from Story right on the stroke of half-time. John Wells, you've got to say that London deserves to be in front.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, both sides traded jabs and errors in what was a messy opening quarter. And then Herman SAS has just decided to go the shortest distance possible between 2 points. The first being when he caught it, the second being opening the scoring for Hull FC. That came on 20 minutes. Then the response, which was almost immediate from the London Broncos. And it came in the form of Alex Walker, but the build-up play from Hakim Maloudi was pretty special. It was lax kick chase, if I'm going to be honest, from Hull FC. But Alex Walker put himself in a brilliant position, then did really well to evade 2-3 despairing Hull FC player tackles. He's been a really good on his in his second spell as a London Bronco, as Alex Walker. And then Jake Truman waited just 3 minutes before he crossed. And again, he's getting great line support from Liam Sutcliffe, which just took a couple of flies off him and enabled him to restore that 6-point lead. A 6-point lead that was cancelled out 10 minutes later with James Meadows, who scored his first try since opening the scoring in the corresponding fixture back in round 3. And from memory, it was a very similar looking try then as well. And that locked the scores up at 12 points apiece. But London weren't done. And they had the final say in what has been, at times, really entertaining first 40 minutes through Robbie Story. Lovely soft hands from Alex Walker. I mean, just a lovely cushion pass. Waited for Liam Sutcliffe to commit to him and then released his centre. And Robbie Story is responsible for a slim, but as you say, Stuart, well-deserved, in my opinion, half-time lead.
Well, there we go. London with most of the possession. 5 errors from Hull, 4 from the Broncos, but look at the meters made. Yeah,
that's the really surprising statistic. We knew there were going to be plenty of missed tackles today. It's not been a brilliant feature for either side, but that surprised me, actually, to see the London Broncos have made more meters than Hull FC. You look at them on paper and you go, well, I mean, Hull FC should be running roughshod all over this London Broncos side. That just illustrates the resilience that they've shown the home team.
Well, just to let you know, you may remember in the first half, Chris Kendall put an incident on report. Something was said. We believe that the on-report incident was inappropriate words towards a London player from a Hull player. That's what we understand so far. I'm sure that will all become clear and the players involved will be named over the next day or two. But that is what's happened. Inappropriate words from a Hull player to a London player.
Yeah, and we all know that sledging goes on in every sport. So for inappropriate words, I think we know what we're talking about, don't we?
The second half is on the way.
It is Rugby League Reloaded for 2024.
Big hit goes in there.
This is getting fiery now. Making it all look magic. This is more than just a game. He's prolific this year.
Oh, what a challenge that was. Sensational try.
They go for glory and they win the game. It has been marvellous and memorable.
Round 12 is coming up next, and we've got a feast of action for you as always on Sky Sports, starting on Friday the 24th of May. A doubleheader, big game in the Women's Betfred Super League between Saints and Leeds, 5 o'clock on Sky Sports Action, and then followed by St Helens taking on the Rhinos in the Men's Super League. Also on that Friday, Cass taking on Hull on Sky Sports Mix just before 8 o'clock, and Huddersfield facing Lee on Sky Sports Arena. On the Saturday, Catalan against Warrington for the third time this season in the first 12 rounds, Catalan winning the other two. And on Sunday, a double-header on Sky Sports Mix, Salford taking on Wigan at 5-3, and on Arena, we're back here in Wimbledon for London against Hull KR. But as the teams come out for the second half, John Wells, the big question is, can London go on and win for the first time this season?
Well, they've certainly shown enough in attack, haven't they? Shown enough enterprise in attack. It's the defence that I worry about late on in this game, the last quarter. If Hull start to get that right and start to generate momentum around the ruck, they've already shown they can cause problems. But this is not a Hull side that's playing with a great deal of confidence at the moment, and that much is evident as well.
So we're underway. Leyland with the kickoff, and this is a huge 40 minutes for both teams. And well,
Time off.
That looks like Lovell. Is that Lovell down? It was a charge, wasn't it, from Franklin Pele, and Lovell went straight down. He looks in a bit of strife there, but that was a huge carry from the big man Franklin Pele. And the captain, the London captain, Will Lovell, is getting some treatment. Well, that was a big start to the half, and Pele is looking on concerned.
Well, it's a big long gantry, is this?
It is.
Just as Will Lovell had reeled out of that tackle, 10 seconds later, Mike Eccles, who you just seen is taking his spot there, has raced past the back of us with a really concerned look on his face. And Franklin Pele, we know he was a huge frame, isn't he?
Yeah.
One of two big imports, big in stature and in name from the NRL, in Franklin Pele and Herman Essaese.
Player welfare is paramount. They will just make sure that Will Lovell is okay. The Hull FC coaching staff watching on.
Yeah, well, he's conscious and he's moving. They are taking their time, understandably, to try and ensure there is no serious damage here. I mean, obviously, the force of that impact is significant. And people assessing, there's doctors from both sides assessing him at the moment.
They won't take any chances, I mean, absolutely. But he is turned round. His legs are up, and as John said, he's conscious, and he is talking to the medical staff.
Yeah, and it's just, I think it's just a huge collision that he's received. And look, the good thing is he's communicating, he's moving.
15 now.
Well, there's no question he'll be going off for a head injury assessment.
Well, the force of the challenge, you'd be surprised if the
no question.
Will Lovell, the captain, will be back, the longest-serving player for the Broncos. He's been here for over a decade. And, well, that's good news. Good news is that he's able to get up and walk off the field. He will have a head injury assessment, but as I say, it's unlikely that we'll see Will Lovell again. But the good news, John, is that he's a bit groggy, but he's okay.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it's almost like a whiplash injury that he's got there. I think he's taken the initial contact from Franklin Pele, and then his teammate Lewis Bieniek has rocketed in from the left.
So we're underway again.
Yeah, it's a lot of big frames in one picture, isn't it? And we've just seen Will Lovell disappear down the tunnel. The game goes on, however, and Hull FC now midway through the tackle count. The Broncos have done a decent job here.
Move now, go.
Houghton.
It was upright.
Chan will take the ball forward. Yeah, 36 players they've used all season now. Eventually, Charles gets the kick away. And here is Maludi for London. already you feel that the first score of the second half will be important. London have now scored 20 tries this season, John. 8 of them have been against Hull FC.
Well, coming into this, the London Broncos had only scored 17, and they've now got to 20 as well. So this is very evenly matched. Here's Story.
The chance to go forward. Story scored that try on the stroke of half-time. All important. Maludi looking for a way through, but can't get past Liggy Sow or Joe Cater, just shy of halfway. Well, appeared to be pushed to the ground. The referee, Chris Candle, saying a bit of play acting there. 16-12, London in front. Butler. Sow again in with the tackle. Last one, midway inside the Hull FC half. Back it comes to Meadows. Arrows it towards the corner, towards Lewis Martin. Takes it well, but met straight away by the challenge of Lee Kershaw.
Yeah, confident take by Lewis Martin. Good kick chase from the London Broncos. Jack Walker tries to bring it back into midfield. Franklin Pele looks like he's lining up now for a charge. Who wants to get on the end of this one? Rob Butler meets him. Pele walks through.
Houghton. Briscoe. 34 years of age now, Briscoe, but he still knows where the try line is, doesn't he? Cameron Scott just on halfway. Houghton back for Charles, again under pressure as he gets the kick away. Well taken by Alex Walker. Cagey start to the second half.
Yeah, it is. I think the London Broncos just pulled a couple of punches there. There were opportunities in the last play there. Alex Walker could have found something there outside. You know, I don't think they can afford to do that. I was really impressed that they weren't gun shy in the first half.
Meadows looking for a way through.
They can't change that mentality.
Just shy of halfway. Tisson and Walker. And Abai brought down by Houghton. Patiently trying to build some pressure. Meadows, they've got numbers out left if they want them, but Leyland holds on to the ball and steps inside. Possibly chose the wrong option there, young Ollie Leyland. And Meadows again with a high one. Martin again comes in for it, but it's taken well by Kershaw. It's still the last. Butler tries to get the kick away. Anywhere will do. And was it a knock on by Walker? I think it was. Butler.
He'd be the happiest bloke on the
Best kick of his life
in the ground, because I tell you what, there's no way on earth Rob Butler should be finding a kick on a fifth tackle. It was a great take from Kershaw. If you're a prop there, find somebody else. But he's forced an error just through Alex Walker applying a little bit of pressure.
Well, you know, Rob Butler will be telling everybody he always had it in his locker. The last 2 times that London have been this close to the Hull line, they've scored right at the end of the first half, and Leyland now for Walker, forced to cut inside. Well, this is a fantastic opportunity now for London to extend their lead at the start of the second half. Lewis Bienak, 10 yards away from the line. Tisson eventually gets the ball, and Meadows. It's a good tap off for Kershaw. Kershaw looks to go inside. He's got support from Walker. Walker gets it off to Anabai, and they're going for it. They're going for it strongly. Good defence, good goal line defence. Tisson now, and Leyland is the room on the left-hand side. Meadows for Bassett. Bassett's nearly there, and it was a great tackle by Charles to bring him down. Stopped a certain try.
Play the ball.
That was really enterprising stuff from London, and brilliant, stubborn, scramble defence from Hull FC. Lingy Sow involved at the other side of the field with a brilliant stop. And then Jack Charles. I mean, Jared Bassett's been penalised there for an incorrect play the ball. But it's look, that shouldn't detract from the tackle from Charles. They were stretched and they were outnumbered on that edge.
It saved a try. Charles doesn't tackle him, Bassett scores. Really important passage of play.
Yeah, it is. It's a really significant tackle.
Yeah, well done, Jack Charles, the young man. And do you know what? The tension is going to ramp up. Pressure on both sides to perform and get a result today. Pele. Houghton. That's good thinking there from Danny Houghton.
That's a brilliant kick. It's a 40-20.
Really, really good kick. Just eases the pressure, takes play downfield. It's a 40-20. It is a 40-20. The kick came on the line. I wasn't too sure, but that was outstanding play from Houghton. Brilliant from the grand old man of the Hull FC side. The 40-20 giving them a great chance. They were defending just a minute ago and nearly conceded a try. Tiaki Chan looking for a way through. Had a bye there, and they carry him over the line. He'll have to go back to the 10-metre line and play it. But what a kick that was from Houghton. Out of absolutely nothing. Still invaluable to this Hull FC side. Houghton again, and Truman. Inside it goes for Yusuf Aydin.
And that's a deliberate ploy. What you're seeing there. And
has he got the ball down?
What's gone incredibly
Well, I think he
wrong.
might have got the ball down. But Chris Kendall, the referee, is going to send this upstairs. But he looked like he was being dragged over the line. It's a try on the field. That's an horrendous try to give away for London if it is a try. But a massive try for Hull FC. Liam Moore is the video ref.
Okay, it's tackle 2. The live decision is a try on field. So we're going to play it through from this point, see if he does manage to get to the line. So he's still in possession at this point. You can see his hands are still on the ball. Still on the ball at that point and blocked by the ball boy there. So we're going to flip to camera 2. See, so we can still see he's moving towards the line. Still in possession of the ball at that point. Still in possession. Still in possession there. And then we're blocked by the back of the Walker. See if we've got anything else from a longer shot. This might help us. So we can see there's a gap there between the ball. You can see that. Again, the ball's grounded there. A bit of a decision.
Well, I tell you what, they're going to get a try awarded here against them, the London Broncos. And it's a deliberate ploy that the Broncos have tried defensively. You saw it 20 seconds ago, where they're pulling players into their own in goal, so they have to play the ball on the 10. And when it goes right, it allows you some line speed off your goal line. When it goes wrong, as it's done there, it could be very, very costly. Two significant moments in the game, Stuart. The 40-20 from Danny Houghton was a momentum changer, and then Yusuf Aydin is the beneficiary, A, by not giving up himself, and B, some naive defence, I think. Here's the 40-20.
Well, 3 significant moments in the game, because just before that, Jack Charles with a try-saving tackle on Jared Bassett.
Yeah. Look, they're deliberately passive here, and they're going to go, we're going to hold him up, allow you to come over the in goal, but you can't do that. You can't give up and let go.
Well, that's schoolboy stuff from the London Broncos, you have to say. That's a really poor error. They've gifted a try to Hull FC, and now it's Hull FC's turn to go back in front. 48 minutes gone. It's London 16. Hull 18, it's as close as we thought it would be. It's as close as it was when they met on round 3. And this is going to go the distance.
Yeah, tactically, I know where this has come from. You know, the assistant coach, Ryan Sheridan, for the London Broncos, had done this at Castleford. But there are strong caveats with that. If you're going to do that and you're going to pull somebody into your own in goal with the aim of getting 10 metres free back when the opposition has to play back on the 10, the cardinal rule is you do not let go of that ball.
Well, it was also casual from the Broncos defence. It was as if they thought they'd done enough and they were waiting for the referee to blow up and say he's held. Strong run again by Franklin Pele for Hull FC. From one end to the other, there was some great play there from 3 great incidences from Hull FC. Charles try-saver on Bassett. Houghton, and while he all campaigning with a 40-20, and he's going for another one, that one just about falls short. And then Aydin having the wherefore art to realise that the opportunity was on and score the try. Will that be costly for London? Will it be absolutely priceless for Hull FC?
I still think there's more points in this game. I think neither side have been particularly effective defensively, have they?
Yeah. There's still half an hour to go.
Oh,
Offload does well, gets the offload to Amabai. Well read by Liam Sutcliffe, but here come the Broncos again. Meadows and Leyland, they've got numbers out wide if they want them. Walker for Bassett has to come inside under pressure from Cameron Scott. And Charles coming over to complete the tackle. It is the last. And Leyland kick towards the corner. Kershaw goes up. It comes off of Martin, I think. Well, it came off Kershaw first. And that means that it's a set restart. Tap 20. And Hull get the ball back. Let's just have a look at that.
Yeah, tipped off Kershaw's hands. Tell you what, the London Broncos have created an overlap so many times, but they're not executing properly wanting to do that. They're not taking advantage of the space they're creating. Meadows does a great job of changing the tempo and sitting defenders on the heels. I think Alex Walker's got to do a little bit more when he gets out on the fringes there.
SASA back on for Hull FC, and Truman now. Walker with a long pass out forward. I think it was forward, yeah.
Forward pass.
I don't think there'll be any arguments from that. Well spotted by the referee. Forward pass, London survived. 51 minutes on the clock. Hull with a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, idea was right, wasn't it? Just went forward to get over the top of the London Broncos defender. And you're going to start to see some more of these, aren't you?
There's Tara Jones. St Helens player in the Women's Super League. The first time that a female touch judge in Super League. You may remember not so long ago she became the first female referee in the professional game, taking charge of...
She played yesterday as well.
Oldham against Cornwall. She did.
She played yesterday at Featherstone. It was a massive win. I think the St Helens rather ran away with it 58 points to 4. She's played 80 minutes, then got herself down here and is officiating.
And we'll see her again in a couple of weeks for Saints Women against Leeds Women, live on Sky Sports. Reece Kennedy. Now Leyland. It's going to be a nervy half an hour. You can already feel the tension in the air. Kennedy again. Meadows misses out one. Story was a strong runner, isn't he?
Don't go early. Hold, that's free. Go, free. Who? Tiake!
Meadows again. Now they've got an overlap. They've got players out wide, and Walker again for Bassett. Cameron Scott's been brilliant in defence.
Doesn't do enough.
Every time it goes out that side, it's Cameron Scott who makes the tackle. Leyland again. Now a chance for Meadows. Was that a tap down from a Hull player? It was. They're going to get another set. There's a Broncos player down as well. They're going to get a penalty here as well. Yeah, so let's see what happened and who the guilty man was.
Yeah, it's a late hit off the ball. But I tell you what, James Meadows does such a good job midfield of shortening up a defence, sitting them on the heels. And then the tempo out the back to Leyland. Walker doesn't do enough with it. He doesn't commit his men. Here's the late shot. Yeah, and it is, oh, blimey, that's ridiculous. There's no reason, there's no need for that on T-Son.
Well, yeah, let's have a look. It was T-Son who went down, wasn't it?
Oh, look, I wouldn't be surprised if there was 10 minutes in the bin here. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever.
Well, the ball had gone, hadn't it? Well, the video referee, Liam Moore, will tell the on-field referee, Chris Kendall, what is seen here.
I think it's Jordan Lane who's the guilty party.
Jordan Lane!
Yeah. I think we're going to see a card here, Stuart.
Yeah, I think there is going to be a card.
And there'll be no complaints whatsoever.
Danny!
There's David Hughes on the left of your screen.
Steve-O's in the building!
Our old mate on the right. No doubt enjoying what they're seeing. That's the London Broncos side right in it.
Jordan Lane is called over. The captain, Danny Houghton, was called over. It was a late hit on Hugo T-Son. The question is here now whether it's going to be a red card or a yellow. Chris Kendall with a decision to make, and it's a yellow card. Well, it's a fine line. It's 10 minutes in the sin bin. I think John was thinking there may well have been a red there, but yellow it is.
Oh, hang on. I said sin bin. That's exactly what I said. It's the right decision as well. There's no reason for him to go in like that.
Lads, James, make sure we stay behind that dotted line.
And Ollie Leyland gets the opportunity to level the scores up.
Will Lovell, by the way, the London captain, failed his HIA. You may remember that big hit on Lovell. And the charge from the kickoff from Franklin Pele. So is it going to be 18 all as we approach 55 minutes here at Plough Lane? 30 metres out, right in front of the post. Oh, and it hits the post. It hits the post and it goes behind. That could be a significant miss. That's a shake of the head there from Ollie Leyland. He knows he's made an error.
I mean, there's a fair distance on it, but it's, you know, bang underneath the uprights. And he shanked it. It's off the post. The one saving grace is that it's gone dead. So the London Broncos will regain possession here. It's a dropout from the 20. Leyland takes possession. But more importantly, I think now, looking forward, if they could scratch that and settle into a rhythm, they're playing against Hull FC, against 12 men.
Against 12 men, absolutely.
Stand to your gear! Wait, go on.
Let's see what they can do against the 12 men.
Well, they were making great strides on that particular edge when they were shifting to the left with 13 defenders.
The Tony was who was brought down. Leyland and Meadows. Sadiq Anabai trying to build some pressure. Penalty missed to level the scores, but can they get a try to go ahead? Bienet gets the ball out. Meadows. Ball out the back door for Bassett. Bassett with a chance. Bassett with a chance. Bassett with a try. Brilliant run from Jarrett Bassett. They missed the kick, the penalty to level the scores at 18 all, but it matters not. Jarrett Bassett had been threatening all afternoon to do something like that. Little bit of magic, and London are back in front.
No, it's a great finish from Bassett because there was some work that needed to be done there. And they've been really threatening, as we've been saying, on this right to left shift. And what Meadows does, that change in pace, change in direction. There's one less defender now. Just a little bit more space between defenders, and it was enough for Bassett. Back on the inside, Yusuf Aiden's despairing tackle is not enough. And the London Broncos go into a lead again. I've been really impressed with Meadows this afternoon. I just think what he does there, that skip across the line, and he waits for defenders to bite before he releases the players outside of him, and they benefit. They benefit because of that. And the hardcore London Broncos supporters are over the moon.
Is this the day? Is this the landmark day? Is this the first win of the season? In round 3, London thought they'd done it, only for Morgan Smith to score a try in the last minute to win it for Hull FC. Now Leyland hit the uprights with the penalty, but they got a try out of it. Important conversion attempt for Ollie Leyland. The cheers go up, the flags go up, and London now back in front by 4 at 22 points to 18.
Well, I still think there's another couple of twists and turns in this story. And Richie Myler has been brought in to oversee the overhaul of Hull FC, both on and off the field. He'd said he'd seen improvement over the last couple of weeks, but they're up against a stubborn London Broncos side here. And as you said it earlier in the broadcast, Stuart, the last time they were at home against Salford, I think they put in a really stubborn display as well. They've got the noses in front here.
Lost 12-4. Well, they're going to have to defend, but you feel that London have got points in them. And here's Kershaw in space, has to cut inside. Sutcliffe came across. Still Kershaw looking to go through on halfway. Pushed down by SASA. The tackle in the end finished by Liggy Sow. But they have their tails up at the moment, the Broncos. Kennedy with a short pass. Couple of tackles left in the set. Here is Tisson now. Bienet looking for a way through. Truman with an important challenge. Last one. Tisson go towards the corner, taken by Martin. And Meadows drives it back over the try line. Brilliant set from the kickoff from London. And they forced the goal line dropout. They lead 22-18.
Tell you what, it was perfect timing from Meadows. Ooh, inches in it, whether Lewis Martin had regained his foot had touched the ground rather before Meadows applied the pressure in the tackle. Referee saw nothing wrong with it. Broncos go again.
Play on.
Walker it was with the dropout. Kennedy. Reece Kennedy surplus to requirements, of course, wasn't he, at Hull KR. They're building something here again, aren't they? With Natoli.
Oh, good defence.
Meadows did well under pressure from Truman.
It was good. It was great from Truman, because if Meadows gets that ball away, they're in all sorts.
Danny, second marker.
Jacob Jones. Tisson again at dummy half. Leyland.
Yeah, it's a great read.
Natoli on the far side. Last one. They're 5 yards away from the London line. They're leading 22-18. We're approaching the hour here at Wimbledon. Leyland and Meadows. Meadows again with a little kick towards the corner. Oh, did that come off Walker? Did that come off Kershaw?
10 out of 10.
I think it's going to be a Hull SC ball, and they'll be glad of the respite.
Here we are, boys.
Yeah, handover called.
Okay,
It's just
Liam.
Kershaw gets one hand to it.
Let's go.
I mean, he's at a height disadvantage, as Kershaw, and he clearly thinks he's not going to catch that. I mean, you're almost as well waiting for Lewis Martin to attempt the catch himself and then drive in the tackle.
There is Martin on the first run. Tom Briscoe. And if Briscoe will have a part to play in the last 20 minutes. Really intriguing game here. Anybody's game. Walker gets it out to Sutcliffe. That's a good offload, but that's a bad offload, and London get it back. That was an error there from the fullback Jack Walker, gifting possession back to the London Broncos. And every time they've been close to the line, they've threatened. Walker again, but Bassett holds on, back to Walker, looking for a way through. Walker goes for the line, dives for the line, and he's held up on the line. Well, Bassett there nearly got another one, managed to hold on to it.
And he did a lot better this time in the build-up, did Alex Walker. He actually looked to commit a defender easy, and they're still in with a chance now. They'll open this field up again. They've got to keep playing wide. They were doing really well against 13.
Kennedy, Meadows, Walker involved again. Story gets it out for Kershaw. Was it knocked on? Kershaw will go and try and score. It may have come off Martin. As Kershaw got the ball down. Lee Kershaw is in a crucial try for the London Broncos. Well, we'll check the knock-on, we'll check the grounding. Chris Kendall on the field said it's a try. This is a big call from the ref. It's a big call for the video ref. Liam Moore will make that call.
Okay, we've got live decisions of a try on field, so we're looking to see who this comes off here. So that goes backwards at that point. So what happens here? Difficult to see there on that one, if anybody actually touches it, in fact. So live decisions of a try. Does anybody touch it? We'll seek alternative angles. Just confirm, is there a touch off anyone? Let's have another close look. So does anybody touch this ball? Can't see insufficient evidence to prove it does, certainly on them angles. So we're going to look at alternative angles, see if we do see anything. But at the moment, obviously, the live decision is a try. I have to prove that this ball is touched somewhere. So, yeah, you can see there's a gap there between hand and ball. There's a gap there. There's no touch. And if it does, the whole Jake Truman's hand's close to that ball. So I'm happy to play on at this point. I'm playing on. He picks up the ball, Walker. Let's see what happens to the grounding. We're just going to go on the grounding now. Let's confirm he does ground the ball. Let's focus on this part. So he's in possession here. not got a view of the ball on that one. Possibly the camera 9 might help me. So up at this point, still up there. Let's keep going. We can see the ball touches the ground there. I've made my decision.
Wow. What a huge moment in this game. What a huge moment for Lee Kershaw, and what a massive moment as well for the London Broncos. It's a try. It's a try. It's a try, and it's a huge score for London, because it means that they now are 2 scores clear. We're into the last quarter. Leyland with the kick. Drama.
And it's been a really costly sin binning, hasn't it, for Hull FC as well. Again, this spread play, it looks like an awful lot of work's gone into it. Story nearly goes through, finds the ball out the back, and then Kershaw's just too strong. Leyland gets the opportunity to make it an 8-point ball game.
Big kick.
Nailed it.
Superb kick from Ollie Leyland. And all of a sudden, it's 28 points to 18. And London are 18 minutes away from a landmark first Super League win of the season.
That's brilliant stuff. And they've been doing it. Look, this hasn't come out of nowhere. They've been doing this since the first 10-15 minutes of the game. I mentioned at the time, you know, I was pleased to see that they weren't gun shy. They'd not stopped playing, and they were never going to stop playing. Oh, Danny Houghton's reeled out of contact.
Yeah, we'll stop play there just to make sure that he's all right. Danny Houghton, 18 years, what a servant. 18 years, a one-club man. This is his 446th appearance for Hull FC, John.
Yeah, and he's taken a shot in the mouth as well. And that'll be pretty straightforward. He'll go off. And again, that'll be a head injury assessment.
Yeah.
And it's contact with Marcus Stock. And he bears the scars of those 18 years as well, doesn't he?
Send him on, mate. Send him on.
Danny Houghton, one of the best.
Yeah, may well be his last season. But he gives it everything. Worrying times for Simon Grix, the interim coach.
Go.
And for Richie Myler, the new director of football, and for the Hull FC fans. And a bye with the run. Just playing with confidence and belief at the moment, aren't they? London's last Super League win was away at Hull KR in September 2019. Their last home win was in July of 2019 when they beat St Helens. Could be a significant moment in what's been a season of struggle. Meadows with the kick, taken on the run by Briscoe, and the question is now, with 17 minutes to go, John, what have Hull FC got left?
You know, they've just got to ride this rest of the sin bin out for Jordan Lane. Morgan Smith has taken the place of Danny Houghton, and again, you know, this is scoreboard pressure now. You know, Hull FC doing things that they probably shouldn't be doing midfield, and they are back now to the full 13, the full complement.
Well, they've got to try something. Liggy Sow, midway inside the Broncos half of the field. The clock is ticking. Just about 16 minutes to go. 16 minutes standing between London and a huge win. SA was looking for the offload. Had a bye with the important tackle. But Truman now, they've got numbers if they want them. Aiden goes for the line. Last one, brilliant tackle. But if he got the ball down from dummy half, has he got the ball down? It's difficult to see.
Time off.
It really is difficult to see. Morgan Smith it was who broke hearts for
Liam, that is
London
5.
in the game earlier in the season. Chris Kendall saying he hasn't managed to get it down. More drama and another decision for our video ref, Liam Moore.
Okay, it's tackle 5. Live decision on field is no try. So we're looking to see if this ball ever gets to the ground. So we can see off this angle with no sight of the ball, and the referee's in a very good position. So we're going to go on camera 1 to see if this gives us any alternative. I'm going to work through the angles here. So you can see the ball at this point here. See the ball, it's under the arm. You can see lose sight of the ball there. Walker's the fullback, we'll lose complete sight of the ball. I'll work my way through the angles. Yeah, so we can see it's here. He's short at this point. No sight of the ball. No sight of the ball. Still no sight of the ball. I'm going to work on all over angles to see if this, we can just see at any point the ball is grounded. So far, we've no sight of the ball actually on the floor. Hands under the ball at that point, still under the ball. Still under the, you can see the ball still up at that point. Still up. Still up at that point. And the ball's still, you can see the ball is still wrapped up there. So there's no sufficient evidence to say at any point that ball is grounded. I've made my decision.
Well, a big call coming up from Liam Moore, the video referee. Morgan Smith thought he got it down. It was no try on the field. And the decision of the video referee
No try.
is no try. He didn't get the ball down. You couldn't actually see ball on ground, and it was superb defence. Was it Walker? Walker who had his hand under the ball, saving the try.
It was great build-up play from Hull FC, though. Two really key runs, SASA with a barnstorm, and then Tiaki Chan to Yusuf Aydin that set up position. But the London Broncos, they're keen to protect this 10-point lead and record what's going to be a famous first win in Super League in 2024 if they can hold on for 15 minutes.
If.
And it's a big if, isn't it?
It is a big if.
But I look at that and I'm going, Hull FC haven't exactly been fluid or dangerous for large parts of this game, have they? For me, I think the better attacking side on the whole has been the Broncos.
Well, another try would do the trick, wouldn't it? Well, they've lost the ball. That's criminal from London. Absolutely criminal from London. It's a delight for Hull FC because they've got an unexpected chance. Here is Chan. That was poor play from the Broncos. Too much Harlan Globetrotters from London. Here is SASA looking for a way through. Scored the first try of the game. His first Super League try. Way back on 20 minutes. Ball goes inside for Jordan Lane. As John mentioned, back on the field after spending 10 minutes in the bin, in which time London scored twice. Truman and Aylin. Last tackle, right on the line. Smith, they go to the right. Oh, and there was no way through. Charles trying a little sidestep, but a huge tackle from Ethan Natoli as well, and a huge defensive stint from London.
It wasn't the option. It wasn't the option. Look, and he'll learn from these. He'll become better for these experiences. But the call, there's massive overcall from Jake Truman, the other side of the field.
Come on, Yusuf.
Not taken or not listened to or not heard, one of the above, and the Broncos are granted a reprieve.
Wait, go.
13.5 minutes to go. This is what it's looking like for London over the next few weeks. Hull KR and Saints here, and trips to Salford, Wigan and Leeds. But all they're bothered about at the moment is a win. That first win, which could make all the difference. Bassett, he's had a good game, hasn't he? Strong game. Jared Bassett. Leyland will go to the sky, and it's a good take by Walker. Just looking back, you know, John, Wakefield Trinity lost 15 at the start of last season, their first 15 games. London so far have lost 11. And Walker getting gingerly to the ground.
Can we play the ball?
Yeah, he's injured himself in the tackle.
Time off, tackle one.
Yeah, another decent set from the London Broncos, and got to the end of a set as well. That's why I don't know what Walker just I don't know, maybe the weight of Reece Kennedy put him in an awkward position.
worried. Simon Griggs, interim coach, assisted by Francis Cummings. Looks like he's okay. That's the main thing. Jack Walker will play the ball. 12.5 minutes to go. And Hull FC have got to score twice. Is it going to be a big day in Super League 2024? Hull FC, 2 more away games to come at Castle and Huddersfield, and at home to Leeds and Warrington, and then Salford. Since last August, John, they've won 2 Super League games in 16 attempts. Against Wakefield last year.
Oh, intercept!
Against London, it's an interception from Leyland. Leyland could win it. He could be away. He celebrates. That could be the try from Ollie Leyland that wins the game for the London Broncos. It gives them their first victory back in Super League. What a moment for Leyland. What a moment for the coach, Mike Eccles. And what a moment for the London Broncos.
That's an opportunist piece of play from Ollie Leyland, but look, this stems from Hull FC now being forced, because of the quality that they face today in the London Broncos, they've been forced into plan B. They're now playing the scoreboard and they're trying to force passes. It's a great hit initially, isn't it? But SASA, again, it's just one offload attempt too many. Ollie Leyland was cute to it, and he's quick. He can move across the ground, Ollie Leyland. He's played a fair bit of his career at fullback. He's got legs, he's got gas, and when in some space, he's pinned the ears back and he's gone. He's celebrated pre-try as well. That's a no-no if you ask any coach. But I'll tell you what, maybe he'll let him off today.
Absolutely, you'll let him off. Terrific sense and speed and celebration.
But it's not coming out a casualty. Jacob Jones in the build-up to that. Lewis Martin had started the set with a really strong run. It actually set up Herman SSA's carry. He's left the field amidst the celebrations, carrying what looks like a rather serious shoulder injury. And a penny for the thoughts of interim coach Simon Griggs. Well, I'll tell you what, certainly from my perspective, we're watching the better team on the day in the driving seat and looking most likely to win the game. There's 10 minutes left. This will be 34 points to 18.
Leyland.
And it's nothing less than they deserve.
No, you've got to say.
They've been really, I think they've been really entertaining to watch.
2 tries in 3 minutes just before half-time, absolutely key. Well, here's going to be a bit of history, isn't it? Ollie Leyland adds the extras and a little over 10 minutes to go. London Broncos 34, Hull FC 18.
And it was looking like a decent yardage set from Hull FC. They made a couple of half breaks through Lewis Martin, then SASA. But as I said, they were playing against the scoreboard. Time was against them. I'll tell you what, they certainly are now. Expect a short kick-off here.
Well, they're going for the short kick-off. Mike Eccles watching on, and it was taken superbly by Alex Walker. The fullback was there for that very reason.
No, that's why they stick. That's why he's sat on that mark. He knows what's coming, anticipates what's coming.
Well, anticipated it, did his job, caught the ball, diffused the situation. 10 minutes to go, 34-18. They want more as Leyland. Here's Walker again. A good game Alex Walker has had. Natoli, they go the short side. He's done well on that side as well, hasn't he, Ethan Natoli? Tisson back for Leyland. Meadows and Abayi, 9 minutes away from a famous win. Last tackle. And Meadows again goes towards the corner.
Oh, good take.
Martin takes it well, does well to go to ground as well. But look where Hull are starting their set.
And he had to get the arms above the head as well. And the Broncos looking to put the boot in now. There's energy, there's line speed. The contact is better. They're playing with the tails up. And why not? 34 points. It's the most they've scored, I think, in a game in Super League this season.
Briscoe, is there any way back? Is there any way back?
It's lost anyway back there.
Not with errors like that.
No, there's your answer. There's your answer. It's been another horrendous day at the office for Hull SC. They started brightly. They led 12-6. They then led 18-16 in the second half. But Briscoe, well, he had to try and offload, but he just dropped the ball.
Well, Mike Eccles had said in his midweek press conference, he said, you know, I know the limitations of this squad, but I know that we'll never chuck the towel in, ever. I know at no point during this season will we give in, will we stop trying, whether that's week to week or minute to minute in games. And you've seen
unless things change under the gradings, London are not going to be in Super League next year. A lot's got to change for that to happen. But does the game need and does the game want a London in Super League? I would suggest yes. Charged forward by young Harvey Makin on loan from Wigan. He's going to be part of history as well. Tisson right in front of the post. Meadows. Leyland looking for another try himself. Right on that try line. 7 minutes to go. London are on the verge.
No, he's not going around him.
I'm not sure where he was going there. I don't think it really mattered much. Stock. Still a couple of tackles left in this set. Tisson and Meadows again. Misses one out. Walker. Hands off Sutcliffe, who comes back for seconds. Less than 7 minutes to go. Last tackle. Kershaw. Well, that's all right. That's all right from Lee Kershaw, taking no risks and being tackled right on the Hull FC line. And the clock ticking towards a famous London Broncos win.
Oh, good shot as well.
Martin.
What a great way to start a defensive set from Harvey Makin. And again, in third man, driving back as well.
20 years of age. Harvey Makin, short-term loan from Wigan. Another getting valuable experience. But what a day this is going to be for London. What a day of celebration. Mistake by Aydin. Kick forward by Meadows. Does it play on? And just a bit too far. The referee will say, I think it was a knock-on originally anyway from
played at the ball.
From Hull FC, was it?
Nah, their ball. He's played at the ball.
It was played up by the Broncos, so Hull will get the ball back. Small mercies. It's not going to make any difference. 5 and a bit minutes to go. And what a day. You've got to take your hat off to Mike Eccles and his inexperienced squad for the way that they've kept at it in Super League, and they promise they're going to win a game and they're going to deliver a big win here against Hull FC.
Yeah, Hull FC looking to go wide early. And look, you know, it is Hull FC who are going to have the ignominy of being the first to be defeated by the Broncos this season.
They can have no complaints.
No, they can't, and that's you know, the next part of that sentence was they can have no complaints. I think they've been poor. They've travelled down here, and I think they've underestimated the opposition. They've been poor, and they've been taught a lesson. And look, you know, you can have your opinions on the quality of what we've seen. I personally have found it entertaining, and I think the bigger story, though, the only story from this game is that London Broncos are going to get off the mark in 2024. And in this game, on the evidence of this game, it's nothing less than they deserve.
Is there any consolation for Hull? Well, the ball, Kershaw managed to somehow grab hold of it. Well, when your luck's in, your luck's in. You need a bit of luck. They've had a little bit of luck today, but they've won it through perseverance and effort and belief and no little amounts of skill. 4 minutes to go. 34 points to 18.
Add injury to insult, if I can turn the phrase around. Danny Houghton, we're receiving word from the sidelines, has failed his HIA. So, you know, that's they're going to have to carry that legacy into next week as well. They'll be without Danny Houghton.
Ball. Move, Jack! Oh, no! Go for.
3.5 minutes. History being made at the Cherry Red Record Stadium, Plough Lane in Wimbledon. And Leyland Well, it's Maludi who manages to keep it in.
Play on.
Play on. Well, the ball was knocked down, was it, by Hull FC? Well, it was knocked down in the end. But, well, it was knocked down by everybody. It was basketball, but played badly. But Hull have the ball. But there's only a little over 3 minutes to go. And what a moment this will be to savour for London. Well, that was a poor pass out.
Yeah, it was. And I'll correct myself here, unless, in case Hull FC fans are screaming at the television, Danny Houghton, as they've got a week off next week, will, in all likelihood, be available for the next Super League game.
Challenge Cup semi-finals next weekend. Then we're back in business live on Sky Sports Rugby League. Last one.
40-20 attempt.
20 attempt, yeah, but
not got the range, has it?
No, picked up by Walker, and I think for Mike Eccles, who's put in so much hard work, he's been here at the club for such a long time, to get his reward.
10 metres. Go, one.
We'll be asking John Wells to choose his Betfred player of the match.
Move now! Get square!
And I fancy it will be a London Broncos star. 2 minutes to go. London will enjoy this. Kershaw was nearly through. Meadows was nearly through. They're loving it, aren't they? Here is Kennedy now. There's going to be an offload from the big 6'6" prop forward.
Go free.
They're still going and they're still looking for more. Macon, charge forward. Young Zach Jebson with the tackle. Lost the ball. It's all about the time and the clock ticking down. 90 seconds to a famous win for the London Broncos. And the Betfred player of the match is...
Well, up from a short list of Alex Walker, Jared Bassett, who was tormented Cam Scott on that left edge. Ollie Leyland. I thought Lewis Bernick had a great impact off the bench, but for me it's this man. I think he's pulled the strings and orchestrated everything in their attacking setup. I think the change of pace and tempo that he's offered has really made the Hull FC defenders work hard and given those edge attackers for the London Broncos plenty of opportunity, of which they have managed to strike on enough occasions to secure a famous first win.
James Meadows is our Betfred player of the match. We'll be hearing from him before we go off the air, but it's been a long time in coming, hasn't it, for London this season. You always knew that they were going to be up against it. The last Super League win, September the 6th, 2019, winning at Hull KR. And it's going to be 9 consecutive defeats for Hull in both League and Cup. 20 seconds to go for a big day, and for Mike Eccles, finally something to smile about. Taken by Maludi behind his own line. This will be the last play. Maludi taps it, and then, well, he went for the kick downfield. It's picked up by Anabai. Anabai is still going forward, but that is that. London Broncos celebrate a famous win for Mike Eccles. What a day. He celebrates. London celebrate. They've done it, and they've done it in some style. London Broncos are off the mark. No one gave them a prayer in Super League 2024. But they kept going, and they kept going, and they've got their reward. A huge win. Another sorry day for Hull FC. But today is all about the London Broncos.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's celebrate what this team have been able to do. When they got promoted, they went away to Sheffield and won, away to Featherstone and won, away to Toulouse in the £1 million game and won. And I don't think there'll be many people inside this stadium. I don't think there'll be some people inside the organisation who expected them to be playing in Super League. And I know they are spending well below salary cap. You know, if some reports are to be believed, close to half the salary cap. So to get a Super League 2 points in any round, I think is some achievement. And not only that, I think they've entertained us today along the way.
Well, for Will Lovell as well, the longest serving player, the captain, couldn't come back because he failed an HIA. But for Will Lovell, he's been over here for a decade. Ollie Leyland got the crucial try, the interception try. And what a day it's been. 34 points to 18. We'll be back with all the reaction. A historic day for London Broncos. Welcome back to Plough Lane, Wimbledon. 34 points to 18. London have beaten Hull FC, their first win of the season. An historic day. The player of the match is the London halfback, James Meadows. The celebrations at the end said it all. Fantastic day for you.
Yeah, mate, it's a great day for the club. You know, we worked very, very hard, and it's felt like it's been quite a while coming now. We've had some performances in the last few weeks. We've sort of gone all right in patches, and today I think we put it all together for longer periods.
Hi James, John Welsh here. Congratulations on the individual award. Congratulations, more importantly, on the first 2 points of the season. Can you pick out a moment in the match where you felt that turned in your favour?
You know, Hakeem comes up with a big play in the first half that you know, that's what he's there to do. He got us out of trouble there, but I think there's a lot of moments in the game. Our middles turned them away a lot of times in good ball there. I thought they were outstanding today, so you can probably pick out a number of moments there that contribute to that win.
James, at the end of the day, I know you always have the belief that you could win a game. Now you've got to go on and win some more games.
Yeah, of course. We always believe in ourselves. We believe in our process that we put into practice every week. At times, it's not quite been there this year, as it's shown. Like I said, we've been good for patches and then let ourselves down in patches. And it's tough, mate. Look, I'm not going to lie about that. It's tough when you don't do that. And there's been some times, you know, where we've had a lot of self-reflection. And I'm just pleased for all the boys that we got our reward today. And I thought we were good for it. I thought we deserved it. So yeah, very, very pleased, mate. Cheers. Yeah.
Great performance. Thanks, James.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
James Meadows is our Betfred player of the match, and we'll be hearing from Mike Eccles shortly. But this are all the highlights of the second half, John. Yeah, and it was what we thought was a huge momentum swing at the time, the boot of Danny Houghton, and then a bit of naive defensive play, as it turned out, gave Yusuf Aydin the opening score of the second half. Restored a 2-point lead for Hull FC, but it was relatively short-lived, wasn't it? Jared Bassett, again, James Meadows, I think, had played brilliantly well in the middle of the field. I think he really changed the tempo of that attacking setup, and then Bassett stepped back on inside a couple. This was, if you remember, during the period when Jordan Lane was off the field for Hull FC, so Hull FC down to 12 men. Then came Kershaw's try just after the hour mark. Again, lovely short ball in the build-up from Alex Walker, who I thought had a tremendous game from fullback, and Kershaw showed all the strength in the world to get over. And then the final try of the game, much like the first try of the game for the London Broncos, just something a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit special. Hull FC looked to be on the rampage, but just a forced offload too many. And Ollie Leyland in the clear, celebrating 10 out, football style, and then the forward roll to celebrate. 34 points to 18, and as James Meadows said, nothing less than they deserved. Absolutely, and I'm sure that the London Broncos coach Mike Eccles will agree. Mike, when we spoke yesterday, I got a feeling that you fancied this. What a great day.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've said all year, haven't I, that yeah, I'm gutted with the way kind of things have unfolded since we got promoted, and the one thing I'm really gutted with is the fact that we've not been able to put our best foot forward with our best team. We're still a few players light, but I always believe that if we keep grafting as the weeks go by, as long as we kept learning lessons and we got a few players back, that we could compete and we could put performances on like that. And that was a proper London performance today. I thought the way we moved the ball, we knew we couldn't match it with them in the middle early on. We wanted to move them in the heat, and we knew the game was going to break up a little bit as it did. It was a brave move, but I thought the skill, we backed our skill. There's a few errors in there, don't get me wrong, but the boys just nailed the game plan. Yeah, it's been a great afternoon.
Mike, it's John Wells. Congratulations on the win. Having been involved in this organisation, look, I'm going to give you this opportunity. The players on the field will get the accolades today, but there is a small but very committed group who work behind the scenes here to make sure that everything is right come game day.
Absolutely, mate. We've been working so hard since November. And it's hard because it's really hard for the boys, mate. You know, we have to just keep picking them up. We're getting knocked down every week, and there's been some heavy score lines and been some poor performances. And in other games, mate, we've done some really good stuff, but we've got beat by 40, and that's just tough for us to handle mentally. And you come in on a Monday and you're trying to ready the boys and get some belief into them off the back of 40, 50, 60-point drummings. It's tough. But credit to the boys. I can't tell you how hard they work at the fix-ups every week. But at some point, you need the evidence to suggest that, yeah, we are getting better. The fix-up that we're doing are right, and they finally got that now. And I knew it was a big swing. I thought the whole game away was a massive swing. I was gutted that day because it would have got the monkey off our back early and probably maybe just relax a little bit more, but to go this deep in, to not have a win was tough. But we've got it now, mate. We've got a few players back, and it's a massive building block, and massive credit to all the staff, mate, who are working so hard, mate, as you said, John.
A landmark day, a landmark win. Mike, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Well, a very happy London coach, Mike Eccles. What a day it's been. These are the results in round 11. Warrington, Saints, Lee, Wigan, Catalan, and famously London, the winners. And London with that first win of the season. Confirming it on the table. LFC's woes continue. They're joined London 2 points apiece. The battle of the bottom two turned out to be great entertainment. Great day for the London Broncos. Time to celebrate, so they should. A famous win, London beating Hull. Good night.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.